8 players, 7 of them are honest, one of them is a cheater. Will the honest players find the cheater and win the money, or will the cheater take it all for themselves? Welcome to Lie, Cheat, and Steal.
How dare you impugn my fever?
Why didn't you listen to me?
All I heard was sexy babysitter.
Meet our team of 8 players for tonight. One of them has already been made a cheater. They're going to try to vote that player out of the game, keep all their money. MK, Joe, Fletch, Mike, Jared, Tom, Amanda, and John. So we'll play 2 questions, see how much money they can add to the pot, and they will vote out the player they think has all the answers. If they're right, cheater leaves the game and they keep all their money. If not, we lose an honest player from the game, their bank is cut in half. So they really want to find the cheater as quickly as possible. We'll get started here with our first question. Name the 10 highest paid YouTube stars. Number 1 worth 50 cents, the highest paid, down to number 10 for $5. You're going to have 30 seconds as a team to talk it out. You can say as much or as little as you like. And after that, we'll go to MK for her answer. Go.
Quick question. Can it be their channel names or do we have to use their specific
No,
names?
either's fine. Either's fine.
Okay.
So we've got Mr. Beast.
We've
Jake
got,
Paul,
Dude
Logan Paul,
Perfect, Logan
Mark
Paul,
Fishbach,
Good Mythical Morning,
Felix Kilberg.
I think
Rhett
Hack
and Link.
Smith.
Rhett and Link for sure.
Yeah, that's
that's a
Good
good one.
Mythical Morning. I think Hacksmith Industries does.
Time. Okay. MK, you are first. Give me a high paid YouTube star.
I'll
Or
do
stars.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, number 9, $4.50. Good start.
Whoa,
Good job, MK.
All right.
nice.
Joe.
Well, I think I heard somebody say that other Paul, Jake Paul.
Yeah, Jake Paul is number 2. $1, yeah. Bit of sibling rivalry there for who can be the most awful. Fletch.
Rhett and Link.
Yeah, Red and Link from Good Mythical Morning. Number 4. $2. And I'm glad we have people on the board now who aren't white supremacists. Mike.
Mark Fishbach, aka Markiplier.
Yeah, Mark Pyler is number 3.
Ooh.
150. Jared.
All right, Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast is number 1, 50 cents. Tom.
Okay, I tried listening and I tried writing down as quickly as I could. I think someone said something like Felix Childer.
Felix Childer does not make the board, no.
Okay.
All right, Amanda.
Preston Plays.
Yeah, Preston is number 10. Very good. $5. John.
I'm going to do Dude Perfect.
Yeah,
That's
Dude Perfect
two
is
guys.
number 8 for $4. Basketball players. Yep. Very good round. You know your YouTube stars. Tom, the one you said, I think they were talking about someone who was once very famous and then got kicked off of all social media for being a neo-Nazi. Right?
wow.
I forget his actual name, like his YouTube name, but yeah.
If only that could happen to everyone.
At least the neo-Nazis.
At least every neo-Nazi.
So-
yeah.
Right.
So has he now been elected to Congress from someplace
Yeah.
like
He's
that?
from Sweden, I think, so not here. But
But he'd be a shoo-in if he was here.
yeah. Unspeakable. Nastya and Ryan Kaji, who does the he's like a 3-year-old who reviews toys.
I was
He's
gonna
probably
say,
not free anymore.
Is that the little kid who
So-
does the unboxing videos?
Yep.
Mike-
the name I had said is Felix Kilberg, who is also known as PewDiePie.
That was it. Thank you, PewDiePie.
At
Yeah.
one time
He was the
first single YouTuber to reach 100 million subscribers, and he's still on the platform. He has not been kicked off of any platform. So he's just gotten out of limelight.
He's fallen out of favor.
Name these Alan Arkin films. Number 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 30 seconds to talk about it, then we'll go to Joe for his answer. Go.
Okay, Edward Scissorhands, Little Miss Sunshine, Glengarry Glen Ross, The In-Laws.
Laws.
I don't know 5, 6,
Argo.
or 7.
Argo.
Wait
Which
Until
one is
Dark is
Argo?
number
Oh, it's
6.
7 Argo.
No,
7 is So I Married an Axe Murderer. 8 is Catch
Okay.
22.
Yeah, I think
don't know the
9
top 10.
is The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming. And I don't know 10.
Time. Okay. Joe, you were first. How high can you go?
Well, I only knew the bottom 2, but I'm gonna go with Jared and say that I think you said 8 was Catch 22.
Catch 22 is correct. Yeah. Early movie from him. $8.
Thanks, Jared.
Fletch.
I'm gonna go with the $4 answer. One of my favorite movies of all time, The In-Laws.
The In-Laws is right. Yeah. And then Peter Falk. Mike.
I'm going to go with Argo.
Which one?
Number 7, I believe they said was Argo.
Number 7 is not Argo. No, I'm sorry.
Damn.
Jared.
No, number 7 is So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yes, So I Married an Axe Murderer. Hilarious subplot that he's in that doesn't really add anything, but it's like the best part of the movie anyway. Tom.
Okay, I think number 9 is The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming.
That was an early film he was in, but that is not The Russians Are Coming, The Russians Are Coming now.
Oh,
Great
no.
That is a
I
great
get
guess. It was his
stuck with the
first movie
zero
and he got
mustache.
nominated for it. But yeah. Amanda.
Number 2 is Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine. Yeah, that's right. $2. John.
I didn't realize I was muted while I was naming them all off. Now I'm kind of glad I am. Number 9 is Radiator Heaven.
Not Radiator Heaven. No, I'm sorry.
Dang it. Okay.
9 is apparently trickier than I realized. MK.
I'll do number 3 is Glengarry Glen Ross.
Yeah, Glengarry Glen Ross. $3. Go over the other ones here. Number 1, of course, Edward Scissorhands. 5 is Argo. 6, he's very creepy in Wait Until Dark, which I think Jared said during the 30 seconds. Yeah.
You say creepy.
9 is
I think
tough.
he looks
Is 9
cute.
Rocketeer?
No, 9 is The Heart is a Lonely Hunter.
Oh, no clue.
Very early. And 10, he is playing Sigmund Freud in
The
the
7%
Sherlock Holmes movie, The 7% Solution. Very fun movie. Yeah. All right. In the bank at the end of round 1, we have 42.50. Vote out the cheater, and you will keep all of that. If not, we will cut it in half and lose an honest player. Here are your totals for the round. Who would like to make an accusation?
I'm going to accuse Mike.
Why,
Why
Mike?
is that?
Because you had Argo, but you guessed it on the wrong spot. I feel that.
Yeah, well, I was just writing down a bunch of names that were coming up, but I forgot to write which number it was.
That's fair enough, actually.
He was what, like 3 when Argo came out?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I was born in '99, so
I know. I'm just. Yeah, you
I
were
just
old
wanted to
enough
let
to
you-
remember Argo winning Best Picture somehow over the much better movies. Mike, do you want to accuse anybody?
I think I want to accuse Amanda because of her guess during that first question about YouTube creators.
What did she
Because
guess?
I remember we were having a discussion and we all guessed a bunch of different creators, and she just picked one that no one mentioned before.
Oh, Preston Plays, right. Amanda, defend getting the top answer.
I was on mute when we were having discussions, and my kids watched Preston Plays because he used to play during COVID. He played Among Us, which my kids really enjoyed, and they watch his wife. She plays Minecraft. Her name is Bree or Brianna, and they do play with Unspeakable, so I've heard of him as well.
How old are your children? What age group?
My oldest one is 13.
All right, that checks out then.
And it seems about the right demographic.
If she had said 11, nope, voting for Amanda. Amanda, would you like to accuse anybody?
No, because I don't know who it is.
Anyone want to add anything before we vote? Okay, I need the 8 of you to please lock in your votes for who you think the cheater is. Cheater, obviously don't vote for yourself. Whoever gets the most votes out of the game. First vote has been cast. Time to see who the first player leaving the game is going to be. And we'll start with MK.
I said Joe.
1 for Joe. Joe?
I said Mike.
Okay, 1 for Joe, 1 for Mike. Fletch.
I said John.
Mike, who'd you say?
I said Joe.
Minor can make a difference. John.
I went with Amanda.
Okay. Amanda, who'd you say?
I really like Tom's joke about the Lancasters and the Yorks, but he had the lowest score, so Tom, sorry.
Tom, what did you say?
I tried to say MK, but I added vowels in there, so I said Mike.
To Mike. To Joe. Jared?
I said John.
To John,
Oh
to
my
Joe,
God.
to Mike. We have ourselves a tie. Means you automatically lose half of your bank, and the cheater gets to pick off the player of their choice. I need all 8 of you to send me the name of the player you want to send home. Cheater, only your vote counts. Cheater has cast their vote. Time to see who the first player leaving the game will be. We had 3 players tied in the vote, but it does not need to be one of our tied players leaving. It could be anybody. Turns green, you are safe. If it's red, first player out of the game. MK, you are safe. Jared, you're safe. Amanda. Amanda, I'm sorry the cheater has chosen you. We know you weren't the cheater. Hopefully you can come back at the end and make some money. We are down to 7. We will be right back. Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 1 honest player out of the game. 21-25 in the bank. Talk about your rollover here. At any point you don't know an answer, or you want to pass your turn to somebody else, use the rollover as the R under your name. You can use that once over the course of the game. Continue here. Round 2. Name the 10 TV revivals so bad they ruined their original shows, according to Screen Crush. 30 seconds to talk about it, then we'll go to Fletch. Go.
Why do I feel like Fuller House is definitely one of them?
Yeah.
Ruined is a strong word.
It really is.
But
They're a little
it's
dramatic.
debatable though.
What-
Did it
90210?
Yep.
did it
iCarly,
ruin the
Veronica
original
Mars,
show, or was the original show just bad to begin with?
The
'Cause I'm
Flash.
thinking like after MASH, but it didn't ruin the original.
Yeah, but that was a sequel. That wasn't a revival.
Well, he
Okay,
said it could be
Murphy Brown was pretty bad, but it didn't ruin the original.
Oh, 24. 24.
And just so
did a-
we know, these can be remakes with a different cast, or they can be continuations with the same cast. Both are on the table here. Fletch.
Yeah.
Was there a remake of Gilligan's Island?
Fletch.
Legit question. Anyone?
Gilligan's,
I don't believe
wasn't
so.
that Gilligan's Planet? No. Okay, no, I'm going with Fuller House.
Fuller House. I really honestly don't know what there was to ruin. It was pretty much garbage to begin with, but yeah, I guess they got more garbage on top of the garbage. Number 8, $4.
I thought that was
Fuller
a hit.
House. Yeah, Mike.
I heard someone say 90210.
90210. Yeah, that reboot wasn't too loved, but it does not make the board. No, there have been a lot of reboots. Jared.
American Idol.
American Idol. Good guess. Does not make the
What's up?
board. No. Tom.
Geez, I don't, I don't know how many remakes there have been, but let's say Hawaii 5-0.
There was, in fact, a remake
Yeah.
of Hawaii 5-0, but it does not make the board. No.
Okay.
John.
I'm going with Night Court. I
Night
don't think it
Court.
ruined the
Great.
original,
Shut
but
up.
the remake was terrible.
Does not make the board, but it was not exactly beloved. No. MK.
I don't know if this counts, but they did Arrested Development on Netflix.
They put that as number one. I don't necessarily agree, but yeah. I thought the fourth season was actually really good, and then the fifth season was kind of garbage. But Joe.
I I thought they did some sort of thing with Saved by the Bell that only lasted a few episodes. So I'm
Saved
gonna
by
say
the
that.
Bell. Yeah, they did Saved by the Bell the college years, but it does
I thought
not
there was
make
another
the
one that
board.
was more
Oh,
recent.
there was
remake.
more
wait, no, there
recent-
was a 2020
There
remake
was a
of
more
Saved by the
recent
Bell.
on Peacock.
That's right. Yeah, no, it doesn't make the board. Again, there are just so many. Let's see what did. There might be some fight back against this, but let's see. The X-Files,
Eh.
The Odd Couple, the Matthew Perry one, I imagine.
Is Dark
Oh, I
Shadows
was
on
gonna
there anywhere?
guess about something.
Well, that was a movie. That wasn't a TV show remake. It was a movie.
There was a pilot.
there was a TV show revival.
Really?
I think.
There was a
Yeah.
remake TV of Dark Shadows, Gossip Girl, Knight Rider, which was very brief. Yeah, at that 15 years ago.
Wrong night.
Yeah, but
Yes,
There was a
wasn't
Knight
the
Rider
original
remake.
There was. It was part of the
Bottom
action
of the
pack.
barrel to begin with?
Team Knight Rider.
It was I think it was called Knight Rider 2000 or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
trouble.
Charlie's Angels,
Yeah.
Heroes Reborn.
Is that like
yeah.
Hogan's Heroes or
No,
the
that's-
No, he's just
Show
Heroes.
Oh, okay.
Dark and Gritty Hogan's Heroes.
The superheroes TV show.
Dark and Gritty Hogan's Heroes is called Stalag 17.
Oh, no.
MacGyver and Cupid, which I had not even heard of the original. Apparently, it was a beloved cult show called Cupid, and there was a reboot of it too. Name the original and replacement actors who played these recast roles. Obviously, you can get half credit here. James Bond, Rachel Dawes, Clarice Starling, Dumbledore, James Rhodes, John Connor, Evie Carnahan, Frankenstein's Monster, Jennifer Parker, and Victoria. You get the names of the movies as well, because obviously in many cases there are more than just these two, but any of the actors who played the roles in these movies. 30 seconds to talk, and then we go to Mike. Go.
So Batman Begins, you had Katie Holmes and then Maggie Gyllenhaal. Harry Potter Dumbledore was Richard Harris and then Michael Gambon, and then way later Jude Law. Iron Man Rhodes was, I can't think of the first guy's name.
Terrence Howard and Don Cheadle.
Yes, and Don Cheadle. And then
Time. Okay, so Mike, you are first. How high can you go on this board?
I'm just gonna go with the only thing I could write down. Dumbledore, Richard Harris, then Michael Gambon.
Richard Harris in the first two, and by the third, Michael Gambon took over. Very good. That is $4 for you because you got both sides. Jared.
Okay, John Connor was Edward Furlong, and then I'm pretty sure it was Christian Bale.
Edward Furlong and Christian Bale, $6 for you. Very good. Tom.
was there none between that?
There was, but I just picked the famous ones.
Didn't pick from Terminator 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was Nick Stahl in Terminator 3.
Iron Man, James Rhodes was Terrence Howard, and then Don Cheadle.
Terrence Howard, Don Cheadle, $5, Tom. Very good. John.
I was thrilled this was up here. Frankenstein 1931 was Boris Karloff. and the ghost of Frankenstein was the terrible-looking Lon Chaney Jr.
Very
Oh.
good. Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney Jr. Lon Chaney Jr., believe it or not, 27 when he did that.
The
He
cigarettes.
was younger than you'd want him to be, but he was not 27. MK.
I'll do Rachel Dawes, Katie Holmes, and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
That is right. Katie Holmes, who was the crackpot Gotham reporter at age 22 in Batman Begins. $2. Joe.
Can we guess if we only know half for more money?
Yeah, you can get half credit, but you can only go for one series of answers. You can't do like The Mummy for 350 and Hannibal for 150.
Right. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I could go for half of one of the higher answers to get more money. Okay.
Totally.
So I can't remember. I'm blanking on Back to the Future, unfortunately, but Back to the Future 2 was Elizabeth Shue.
Yes, Jennifer Parker, played by Elizabeth Shue in Back to the Future 2. Very good. 450. And Fletch.
To complete the Back to the Future one, that would be oh shoot, I had names escape me right now, so I'm gonna go with the Mummy one instead. Rachel Weisz, and in the Mummy 3 was Maria Bello.
Yes, Rachel Weisz and Maria Bello. Very good. $7.
With the
That
worst
makes you
line
more money than going for
ever.
450 anyway. Yeah, because they look so much alike, right? Like, why when I think who could look like Rachel Weisz, it's Maria Bello, no question.
She even looked at the camera and said, "I feel like a whole different person." Terrible.
Oh man, I mean, The Mummy 2 was bad, but The Mummy 3 was new levels, just awful. All right, let's see. Obviously, James Bond,
Here's
Brosnan.
Oh, that's Jodie Foster and Julianne Moore.
Yes, Jodie Foster and Julianne Moore. Anyone know who played Jennifer in the first Back to the Future?
No.
Claudia Wells. I didn't
There you
have
go,
her.
Claudia
Oh,
Wells.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then in Twilight, it was Rochelle Lefevre, and she was replaced with Bryce Dallas Howard.
No.
I can see why.
Her dad called in a favor.
62-25 in the bank. Here are your totals for the round.
Hey,
Who
we
wants to
didn't
make
finish
an
the.
accusation? Who's suspicious?
Ooh. I feel like most people knew those. And
I
the
knew
second
none of it.
one. That first one was tricky though.
Yeah, the people who got answers on the board on the first question are suspicious to me. I don't remember who. Raise your hands.
Hang on.
Fletch said Fuller House. MK said Arrested Development. I think that
Yeah,
was it.
I
I
almost
think
said
that-
Gossip Girl, and I said that one because that
Yeah.
has ads on Max for like crazy.
Was Gossip Girls remade? Or
Yeah,
continued?
it's on Max now.
Huh.
It's like
It's called Gospel
Gen
Girl. It's a
Zs.
t-shirt.
It's just called
Anyone want
Girl
to add
because
any
it's on Max
accusations
now.
to the mix? I need the 7 of you to please lock in your vote. Votes
How
are
long-
in.
Oh.
See if we have found the cheater. We are going to start with Mike.
Joe.
1 for Joe. Fletch.
I also said Joe.
2 for Joe. Jared.
Did not say Joe. I said MK.
1 for MK. Tom.
I tried to say Mike, but I left out the vowels, so I went with MK.
MK, who'd you say?
I think I said Fletch.
Joe?
Oh, of course he did.
I also said Fletch.
2
Oh,
Fletch,
oh,
2 Joe,
dang.
2 MK. John?
Because of the last second change up in the answer, I went with Fletch.
3 for Fletch, and he is out of the game.
Oh,
Fletch, we have to know, were you the cheater?
Heck yeah.
He
Nice.
was the cheater. Nicely done,
Yeah.
Fletch.
But the
62-25.
change in
He
answer
watches
was
too much
legit.
Full House, apparently.
The change in
When we
answer
come
was
back on
legit. I
Live
actually
Cheat and Steal,
forgot
be a new
one
cheater.
answer.
Ah.
Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Before the break, our players found the cheater, so Fletch is out of the game, and they kept all their money, 62-25. A new cheater has been assigned, so maybe they'll be just as lucky to get the cheater out of the game again. Our next two questions here. Their answer board. I got 20 answers for you. 10 are right, 10 are wrong. Which of these people lived to be 100 years old? Grandma Moses, Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. No, that's not Queen Elizabeth. That's, her mother. Betty White, Robert Frost, Bob Hope, Wilford Brimley, Olivia de Havilland, Gloria Stewart, Stell Winwood, Chuck Berry, Irving Berlin, Fay Ray, Bess Truman, Kirk Douglas, Victor Hugo, Billy Graham, Beverly Cleary, George Burns, Lillian Gish, and Zsa Zsa Gabor. So the closer they were to 100 was still being over, the more they're worth. The farthest away from 100, the oldest, worth the least amount of money. 30 seconds to talk it over, and then we'll go to Tom. Go.
I only know 3, but I know that Betty White died 1 year before she almost made it. I'm pretty sure. And that
I don't think it was even a year. I think it was like
1 month
a couple
before.
weeks.
Yeah.
Kirk
It was
Douglas.
just
Douglas,
before.
Bob Hope, George Burns. I think Beverly Cleary.
No Wilford
Berry
Brimley.
did not make 100.
What about Zsa Zsa Gabor? Does anyone know?
I don't.
I
who that
doubt
is.
I don't know.
Time. Okay. Tom, you are first.
I think that Lillian Gish made 100.
Set it up and see if Lillian Gish lived to be 100. She did not. No.
Oh,
John.
I know George Burns did. I think he made it to 103, or was he at 100?
George Burns. Yeah, he was right at 100, like 100 in a month. $5 for you. MK.
I'm gonna steal Beverly Cleary.
Beverly Cleary. Yeah, she lived to be 104, 105. Yeah, she died just recently.
Wow.
Joe.
I'm gonna guess Olivia de Havilland because I feel like that
Olivia de Havilland.
happened not that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, and she was 104. Yeah,
Okay.
$1. Mike.
I heard someone say Bob Hope, so I'm gonna go with Bob Hope.
Yeah, very good. He was 100. 450.
Wait, he died?
He would be
Everyone
like
died.
215 if he was still alive.
And our hope
And
died with him.
Yeah. Jared.
So I thought between Fay Ray and Lillian Gish, it would be one of them. I didn't know. So I'm going to go Fay Ray.
Fay Ray. It was actually neither of them. No,
Okay.
sorry. All right, let's see who lived to be 100 here. We
And
got
any of
Grandma
these that are blank,
Moses.
I'm just going to assume they're still alive.
Yeah, no one of this is still alive. Grandma Moses.
Oh, damn it.
Elizabeth, the Queen Mother.
Oh.
Got Estelle Winwood. Gloria Stewart. Wilford Brimley, surprisingly not.
He was like 89 or something.
I know, but he looked about 180. Irving Berlin. And
Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas would be the other one. Yeah, Kirk Douglas just died
How old was
recently
he?
as well. He was 101, 102, 103, something like that. I think he was 103. He was pretty up there.
The fact that
be
Wilford
203, that's amazing.
The fact that Wilford
203.
Brimley didn't make it to 100, that's why I'm avoiding Quaker Roads.
Well, that's why I'm avoiding alien pods and swimming pools.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the ones that make you young.
Yeah, I love the tweets about the Wilford Brimley cocoon age. Like he was 56 or something when he made that movie, and people are tweeting out. No, he's 48. People are tweeting out like Jennifer Garner is now the same age as Wilford Brimley.
Well, how old was
cocoon line?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get it all up front?
Name the 10 most recent weeknight anchors of ABC World News. Number 1 is the current one, and then all the way down to the 10th most recent. 30 seconds. Then we go to John. Go.
Well, it's David Muir right now. I grew up with Peter Jennings.
That was the one I knew.
And then I think Diane Sawyer came after him.
Is Lester Holt on?
That's NBC.
Oh, that's him.
Okay, time. John, you were first.
Oh, I don't news like this, so I'm gonna say Peter Jennings off of
Yeah,
Jared's.
Peter Jennings did it for a long time. He was the sixth most recent. $6 for you. MK.
I'm gonna go Diane Sawyer.
Diane Sawyer, yes, she was right before David Muir, actually, so that's number two. $2 for you. Joe.
I'm not sure I heard the the last name, but David Rear.
Yeah, I'll give you David Muir for that. Yes,
Okay.
David Meow.
David Muir. Mike.
I think I'm gonna roll over to Jared so that he can go
Okay,
twice.
Jared gets to give two answers then.
Oh, great. Because, okay, so I remembered one, Charles Gibson.
Yeah, that is correct. He got it at a fairly advanced age and didn't have it too long. Number three, Charles Gibson. You can do
And,
another, or you can roll over yourself.
oh, no, I feel like I would just be screwing someone else. But I also don't have a great answer. So, pass?
Nothing? You don't want to do anything? All right.
No, I don't have an
All right.
answer.
Tom Pass was actually the ninth. Tom, you're up.
I have no idea. And I mean, the news anchors I know, I confuse which station they were on, but
Give me a name.
Christine Welker.
Christine Walker. No, sorry. Not quite as big of a gap between Gibson and Jennings as it would look like, because it was two people at once. It was Elizabeth Vargas and Bob Woodruff. Other ones are going to be a little tougher because Jennings did it so long. Max Robinson, Frank Reynolds, Barbara Walters, and Harry Reasoner.
Harry
All right,
Reasoner.
So the
Frank
so the
Reynolds
dad
from Always
the dad
Sunny?
from the dad from Always Sunny.
Danny DeVito.
Danny
did the
DeVito.
news, yeah.
Boy, Harry Reasoner is a fantastic name for an anchor.
In the bank at the end of round two, 89-25. Find the cheater and you will keep all of that. Here are your totals for the round. Who would like to make an accusation?
Might be coincidence. John did kind of shoot up after we got Fletch out.
Well, the second one was an answer I stole from Jared. And I'm a George
Troyers
Burns.
turning on each other here by being raised on Peter Jennings, apparently.
I don't news, but I know he does.
John, would you like to accuse anybody?
This isn't retaliation. This is what I was going to say anyways. I'm going to accuse Mike strictly because despite his young age, I feel like he watches the news and knows ABC newscasters.
I do watch the news. I'm terrible at names. Also, I'm young, so I wouldn't know all those older news anchors anyway. Like,
anyone want to add anything? I need the six of you to please lock in your votes. See if you can find the cheater again. Votes are in. Time to see if we have found the cheater again. Let's start with John.
Like I said, I went with Mike.
One for Mike. Mike, who'd you say?
like I said, I went with John.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Tom.
Okay, we've had two movie rounds, so I figured one of the we don't really need either of the Schroyers anymore. So I flipped a coin and went with Jared.
The old Schroyer elimination coin. All right, Joe, who'd you say?
I was just slightly suspicious of Tom's zero, so I said Tom.
He does have 2 zeros out of 3. Okay. One Tom, one John, one Jared, one Mike. MK.
I said Mike.
2 for Mike and Jared.
I said Mike.
And that is 3 for Mike. He is out of the game. And now we have to know, Mike, moment of truth. Were you the cheater?
Indeed, I was.
He was the cheater. Nicely done.
Oh,
Back to
Wow.
back.
well,
Nice job, everybody.
89-25 stays in the bank. And when we come back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal, our 5 players are going to go for immunity. And one of them will be our new cheater. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. We've had a very good game so far because out of 3 rounds, 2 cheaters have been caught in back-to-back rounds. 89-25 in the bank. We once again have a new cheater. They will get to debut their cheating in the round 4 immunity challenge. I will give a question with multiple answers, and the last person left standing giving right ones wins immunity and cannot be voted out. In addition, if the 5 of you come up with 5 answers, that's $10 for the bank. 10 is 20, 15 is 30, 18 is 50, and it has been quite a while since we've broken the bank. It is up to $155 for 20 answers. We've added $100 to the bank, meaning it has been 20 episodes since it's been won.
Wow.
Last person left standing wins immunity, cannot be voted for this round. So, back to the top of the order here, and your category is the 20 essential Monty Python sketches, according to Entertainment Weekly. These are all from the Monty Python's Flying Circus TV series. MK, you are first.
I don't know. Was there like a bookshop or something?
The bookshop, let's see. No, that started as a non-Python sketch, but the few of the cast members were in it, so it does not make the board. I'm sorry. Down to 4, Joe.
I will say the cheese shop.
The cheese shop, which we've had an immunity challenge question about in the past, is on the board. Very good. We have
All the cheeses named in the cheese shop.
that's what it was. All the cheese is named in the cheese shop. Yeah,
Awesome.
Jared.
The dead parrot.
Dead parrot. Yes, you're right. Tom.
You mean the simply pining parrot?
It's pining for the
Fighting for
fjords.
the fjords.
The lumberjack song.
The lumberjack song is there. Very good. John.
The Ministry of Silly Walk.
Ministry of Silly Walks, of course. And we are back to Joe, that 5th answer for $10.
How about the argument clinic?
No, it's not. Yes, Argument Clinic is there. Very good.
It's one of my favorites.
That's great.
No, it isn't.
That is 5 answers. You banked $10. 15 away from 155 into the bank. Jared.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Spanish Inquisition, which in this rare case everyone was expecting, is on the board. Very good.
Yeah, me worried for a split second.
Spam.
Spam. Yeah, very good. John.
Nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's there.
Say
right?
no more.
We have 8. Joe, we're back to you.
What if we can think of one, but we're not sure what the name of it is?
If you describe the sketch, I'll know what you're
Describe it.
talking about. I've
Okay,
seen
so
enough
there's
Python.
one. There's one where it's a bunch of old ladies that they're mugging young men, and then it switches to baby snatchers and
Yes.
gangs of keep left signs.
Yeah. That's a good description of Hell's Granny. Very good.
Hell's
Jared
Granny.
for 10.
Thank you.
I'm out. I don't have an answer.
You don't want to make up one? Okay.
Throw some gibberish at the wall.
I get the movies and the show confused so much.
Fair.
Fish. Something with fish.
More specific, actually.
Oh, I mean, there's fish. It's absurdist. It's I don't know. Pass.
No, okay. Down to 3. Tom.
The one where he complains to the waiter about his fork being dirty.
The dirty fork. We have 10. We are 10 away from $155 and breaking the bank. John.
All right, I have 3 left, strictly because of Jared's last thing, the fish slapping dance.
The fish slapping dance. Yes. The only sketch that when every member of Monty Python picked their favorite sketches, it was on everybody's list. The fish slapping dance.
Jared,
Joe.
I think you're thinking of Monty or Meaning of Life.
Find the
Yes, where they're
fish.
all fish, right? Yeah.
Oh shit, it's
I
Mr.
wonder
Creosote.
where. I wonder
Oh, that
where that fish should go.
That one.
You did love it, so you treated it like it was a son, and it went wherever I did go.
Did go.
Joe.
Who's up
It's
there?
me. Okay.
A fish.
Okay. There's one where John Cleese is like a career counselor, and there's like this accountant who wants to be a lion tamer.
That is not there, unfortunately. No.
It's not there. Oh man. Okay.
Down to 2. Tom and John. One of you is going to win immunity. Tom.
I'm out. John, it's yours.
You
All
sure?
right.
Yeah,
got 2 more.
John, let's see how far you can go with this. You won the immunity already.
I have funniest joke in the world
Yeah, the killer joke. Very good. That's 12.
and reporting a burglary.
Reporting a burglary. That is not there. It also don't have my personal favorite, the man who speaks only the beginnings of words.
May I make a guess or two?
Do they have the one where they're doing like self-defense against different kinds of fruit?
Yes, self-defense against fresh fruit. I'll go over the full list that you didn't get here. Let's see. Piranha Brothers, Upper Class Twit of the Year,
Oh, that's a great one.
That's a good one.
Fish License, another fish one. They love fish. Confuse a Cat,
Yep.
the Exploding Penguin on the television set,
I don't remember
The
that.
Undertaker, Dennis Moore, in the bank at the end of the immunity round. 109.25. If you find the cheater for the 3rd round in a row, it'll be historic, and you will also keep all that money. Cannot vote for John. Everyone else is vulnerable. Talk it out. What do we think? Who's the cheater?
It's John.
Yeah.
I've gotten every Monty Python one.
Well, you gave an answer that made me instantly suspicious.
That would be the reporter burglary. My last one.
No, you said nudge nudge, and then Colin's like, yeah, the nudge
wink.
nudge sketch, and I wrote down innuendo. Know what I mean? Because I'm like, what's the name of the sketch?
It's
You
nudge,
got
nudge,
it word
wink.
for word.
A nod's as good as a wink to a blind bat.
Would anyone like to accuse someone who can actually be voted for this
Oh,
round?
right.
Yeah. That's a good point.
John, if you're not the cheater, you better hope they find the cheater this round.
This happens every game, and it happens after every elimination.
Winning immunity is suspect. It's supposed to help you. All right. I need the 5 of you to please lock in your votes. All right. See if we have found the cheater for the 3rd round in a row. John, we'll start with you. We know you can't be voted for.
I voted for Joe.
1 for Joe. Tom?
I also voted for Joe.
2 for Joe. Joe, who'd you say?
I just said Tom again.
Okay. MK, who'd you say?
I said Jared.
Okay. And Jared.
I said Tom for the first time.
2 for Joe, 2 for Tom. We have ourselves a tie. I'm sorry. We are not going to find the cheater in 3 consecutive rounds, which means you have lost half your money, and the cheater gets to pick off the player of their choice. I need all 5 of you to send me the name of the player you want to send home. Cheater, only your vote counts. Cannot vote for John. That immunity holds. Votes are in. Time to see who the cheater has eliminated from the game. Turns green like it will for John. You're safe. It's red. You are out of the game. Tom, you are safe. MK, you're safe. Joe, I'm sorry, the cheater has chosen you. We know you weren't the cheater. Hopefully you can come back at the end of the game and make some money. We are down to 4 players. They have 54-63 in the bank. We'll be right back on Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Welcome back to Lie, Cheat, and Steal. 4 players left in the game. They did not find the cheater. Cheater got to pick off the honest player of their choice, and that was Joe. So we are down to MK, Jared, Tom, and John. They have 54-63 in the bank. And from this point forward, they get to give 2 answers for every question. First question of this round. Name the first 10 Beatles singles to go to #1 on the UK singles chart. The first single to make it was 50 cents, down to the 10th for $5. 30 seconds. Then we go to Jared for his first answer. Go.
Love Me Do, 8 days a week.
Penny
Help.
Lane. Little help from my friends.
Please,
Sergeant-
please me.
I want to hold
Um,
your hand.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I'm just naming Beatles.
Yeah,
Can't
you're
Buy
a
Me
little
Love.
late, John. Get earlier.
Think about how many songs are on their album called One and just think of the early ones. Jared, you are first.
I'll say Love Me Do.
Love Me Do was an early single and it did not go to #1 in the UK.
Well,
Huh.
they need to acquire some better taste.
It's the UK.
Um, I'll say I want to hold your hand.
Yeah, I want to hold your hand. #3, 150. John.
I'm gonna say Come Together.
Come Together was from their last album, so it does not make the board. MK.
Help.
Is that a call for help or your answer? No, help is #8. Very good. $4. Jared.
8 days a week.
8 days a week. No, not a #1 single. Tom.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Very good. Can't Buy Me Love, #4, $2. John.
Great Patrick Dempsey movie.
All You Need Is Love.
All You Need Is Love. No, that was a bit too late. And MK.
Here Comes the Sun.
Here Comes the Sun. Now that was the same era as Come Together. Sorry. Take a look what made the board. From Me to You. She Loves You. Hard Day's Night. I Feel Fine. Ticket to Ride. We Can Work It Out. And Paperback Writer.
And I love how you could just like if you're just imagining those songs, you can hear the progression in your head from where they go from like one style to another.
Right, totally. Moving on.
Well, the UK doesn't know anything about the Beatles.
Yeah, what do they know about the Beatles? Name any answer on these Disney lists. The Seven Dwarfs and Snow White, 6 former CEOs of Disney, 6 lands at Magic Kingdom, 2 authors adapted in The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, 3 good fairies in Sleeping Beauty, 4 breeds of Maine dogs in Lady and the Tramp, 6 named puppies in 101 Dalmatians, 6 Renaissance-era songs that won the Best Original Song Oscar, 2 animated films with a 100% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, and the 9 old men of Disney animation. 30 seconds, then we'll go to Tom. Go.
So we have to name that that many numbers of each.
Any answer on the
One.
list. It doesn't have to be all 6, all 7, just any.
So Bob Iger was the CEO.
And Michael Eisner. I know the fairies.
Scotty.
Got Pongo.
Laura, Fauna, Merriweather. Pongo's not a puppy.
No, he's the dad.
There,
Right?
there was Lucky. That's the only one I recall of the puppies.
Time. Okay. We are going to start with Tom.
Okay, lands at Magic Kingdom. Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland is one of them. Very good, Tom. $3. Also,
Oh,
Main
man.
Street, Adventureland, Frontier, Liberty Square, and Fantasyland. John.
For the good fairies, you had Flora, Fauna, and Merriweather.
Yeah, that is all 3. Okay, good enough. $5. MK.
I'm gonna go with Dipstick for puppies.
Dipstick. No, sorry.
There is one named that though.
That was
No,
on the
you're
TV
you're
show
just
later.
mean.
That was on
Oh,
the
the
TV
live-
series. Jared.
Man.
Oh, that number 9 is real tempting to take a guess at. But I'm gonna stick with the puppies and say Lucky.
Lucky. Yes, Lucky is correct. Hatch, Lucky, Pepper, Freckles, Raleigh, and Penny. Back to Tom.
Okay, authors adapted, yeah, I'm going to have to say, you know, if they used Ichabod, they had to have adapted something from Washington Irving.
Yep, they did Washington Irving for Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Wind of the Willows, which is Kenneth Grahame. Very good, $4. John.
For former CEO of Disney, Michael Eisner.
Michael Eisner, yeah. Glad you didn't say Bob Iger because he's the current one.
Oh.
$2, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I've never
What's
seen
the
anyone
former
spell
one
Dawn
as
with
well?
2 N's, but there you go. Dawn Tatum. All right, MK.
Scotty for the Lady and the Tramp.
Very good.
Name's Jock.
Jock is Jock. $6. Jared.
Sleepy for number 1.
Yes, Sleepy, very good. All right, go over the other ones here. Anyone guess a Renaissance era song that won the Oscar?
Ooh.
Bare Necessities?
No, this would be like late 80s to early 90s. Under the Sea, Beauty and the Beast, Whole New
Renaissance.
World,
Oh,
Give Me
yeah.
Color, Love Tonight, Colors of the Wind, and You'll Be in My Heart.
I could have named
Great,
Colors
great
of the
run
Wind.
of songs, and also You'll Be in My Heart. 2 animated films with the perfect 100%. This would be a tough one. They are, in
Lion
fact,
King?
Pinocchio and The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. Winnie the Pooh. Awesome.
The 9 old men of Disney animation there. You got to be an animation buff to know this one. Les Clark, Mark Davis, Ollie Johnston, Milt Call, Ward Kimball, Eric Larson, John Lounsbury, Wooly Reitherman, and Frank Thomas. Amazing you fit that in with the baseball career.
I bet Wooly Reitherman had the best drawings. Most whimsical.
At the bank at the end of round 5. 90-13. Find the cheater. You will take all of that into our final round. Here are your totals. Cheater's been going for
Damn.
2 rounds. Everyone is vulnerable now. What do we think?
John, defend yourself.
The ones I knew were crap. Ones I knew. I know Michael Eisner because they used to make fun of him all the time on Simpsons, and Flora, Fauna, and Merriweather because I had seen it recently. And I failed at Beatles because I was born in 1987.
Okay, well now I think you're defending yourself too much, and that's suspicious.
You put me in the
Well,
corner.
no, wait a minute. We're still, he still has to defend himself from the Monty Python immunity
Right.
round.
Hey, like
Yeah, I'm
I
not
said,
fixed
I'm
about the
2,
Disney
and they've both been Monty Python. Maybe I just know a lot about Monty Python.
I knew all of those too. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be defending you.
I said you guys marked down most of my list.
Anyone want to add anything? Or John, do you want to accuse somebody?
I'm accusing Tom. No
Why
particular
Tom?
reason.
Okay, no particular reason.
Yeah, I haven't yet. Has anyone used any
Tom.
roller yet?
No rollovers have been used.
Okay.
I
Mike
used
might have
one,
used one, but
but
he's
I'm-
out.
Yeah.
Tom, defend yourself.
Oh. I'm not the cheater.
Sounds like a man I can trust.
Oh no.
Mike, you're out of the game. Be quiet.
Solid political biff.
Anyone want to add anything before we vote? Need the 4 of you to please lock in your votes. Votes are in. Time to see if you have found the cheater for the 3rd time. Start with John.
I said Tom.
Sure did. Tom,
I said John.
time to see if John's Monty Python knowledge is going to come back to bite him. MK,
I said Tom.
2 for Tom. Jared,
Yeah, Tom's I'm not the cheater was a little unconvincing.
all right, that was quite a change. That is 3 for Tom, and he is out of the game.
You
Tom,
know,
it's the moment of
I
truth. We
could
have to
have.
know.
I could have
Tom,
sat there and made you guys lots of money by just rattling off all of the Monty Python skits that I was given. But yes, I was a cheater.
that is
Wow.
number 3, 90-13 in the bank. 3 cheaters voted out of the game. When we
And
come back
shame
on
on
Lie, Cheat, and
those
Steal, we're going to see if they can break a record in our final round and vote out a 4th cheater. We'll be right back.
Incredible.
Welcome
remember
back
when
to
I-
the final round of Lie, Cheat, and Steal. We are having quite a night here because 3 cheaters
Night,
have been
Joe.
found over the course of 5 rounds. We are down to 3 players here. If the 2 honest players find the cheater, they will split that bank 50-50. If not, we lose 1 final honest player, and it is up to the audience who are waiting to make some money. And there is a good bit to be made tonight. So, play our final 2 questions here, and then we move on to our final standoff with MK, Jared, and John, who currently have a very nice 90-13 sitting in their bank. So, here we go. You all have your rollovers left as well. Name the 10 most parodied works of art, according to Royal Academy of Arts. 30 seconds, then we'll go to John for his first answer. Go.
I got Persistence of Memory, American Gothic, Mona Lisa.
I say Last Supper.
Nighthawks, maybe?
Rodin's The Thinker.
Oh, yeah.
Is it strictly paintings or is it just like
No, any
sculpture?
kind of art. I mean, not movies, but like any,
Michelangelo's David.
sculptures are fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time. And John, you're first.
I'm gonna go with Mona Lisa.
Yeah, the Mona Lisa, number 2, $1. MK.
I'm gonna do American Gothic.
That is number 1. Yeah, American Gothic, 50 cents. Very popular to parody. Jared.
Stick with my first thought and say Last Supper.
Last Supper, yeah, Da Vinci is popular to riff on. Number 5, 250. Back to John.
Michelangelo's David.
Michelangelo's David, not in the top 10, no. MK.
The Thinker?
Number 8, The Thinker, $4. And Jared.
Yeah, I like John's suggestion, The Persistence of Memory.
Persistence of Memory, no. Take a look at what made the board here.
Crazy Stairs.
Great
Creation of
Wave
Man.
off Kanagawa. Birth of Venus. Girl with a Pearl Earring. The Scream.
Right.
Oh, nice. Ed
Yeah.
Bard
Yeah.
Munch.
Starry Night, and this one was said it is often referenced and parodied. Nighthawks.
Ooh.
I literally said that and you guys dismissed it.
Why didn't you-
Rude.
Why
Could have
didn't you
ignored
say
the
it?
man and just gone with it.
Dismiss it.
You were like, Somebody
They're not big
literally
Edward
did
Hopper
that.
fans.
Yeah.
The other Edward Hopper one that Psycho used too is pretty popular, The House by the Railroad. Final question of the night, last chance to bank some money. Name these characters from the Flintstones. 30 seconds to talk, then we'll go to MK for her first answer. Go.
I have up to 6 and number 8, but I don't know if
have
9 or 10.
Colin, will you take last name or do you need first and last name?
I mean, if they only go by Mr. or Mrs., last name is fine. Otherwise, I need first.
Because 9, her last name is Slag Hoople, but I think she has a first name.
That is Time, and she does in fact have a first name. MK, you are first.
Dino is number 5.
Yeah, Dino, $5. Jared.
Number 8 is Baby Puss.
Yes, from the Junior Sopranos TV show and also the Flintstones, Baby Puss. John.
6, The Great Gazoo.
Great Gazoo, yes. Back to MK.
4 is Pebbles.
Yep, Pebbles. Jared.
7 is Mr. Slate. I don't think he has a first name.
No, he's just Mr. Slate. Very good.
Is that the boss?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Fred's boss.
Yeah.
And one more from John.
3, Barney Rubble.
Barney Rubble. Very good. Go over the other ones here. Obviously, Fred and Wilma 1 and 2. Anyone know 9 or 10?
Is 9 Wilma's mom?
It's Wilma's mom. Yep. Her name is Pearl Slaghoople. And 10, Sam Elliott. No. Tex
Wild West.
Harbrock.
That's upsetting.
That sounds like a porn actor's name.
These all could.
Most of these names, yeah.
Yes. They
Okay,
wanted to make a
Sorry.
porn show, and ABC said, no, you got to do cavemen, so they just kept all the names. MK, Jared, John, in your final bank tonight. 131-13. Very impressive. If the two honest players find the cheater, they're going to split that 50-50. Crucial time to find the cheater. We've had a new cheater just for this round. So let's talk it out. What do we think? Who's the cheater?
Not it.
I want it to be Jared so bad, but we both grew up with Hanna-Barbera Land when we were kids. But so I knew Baby Puss, but Mr. Slate I had no idea, but I feel like that should be known. MK, I know nothing about your childhood.
I watch cartoons.
A child who watches cartoons?
I don't know. I think
unheard of.
Slaghoople is suspicious.
It's Wilma's maiden name.
It's hilarious in the UK because it means she's a slut.
That's why I was laughing.
But also Jared should have done better on the art one.
How did I do in the art one?
You
got-
I did. I think I got one of my 2 answers. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, you got 250, but you didn't go with Nighthawks.
No, he just missed
MK
Nighthawks.
did
I think
say
it was
Nighthawks.
him who shot me down. But I
You
don't
did
know.
not say it though.
Both of you are suspicious. It's definitely one of the Schroers. We know that.
All right, I need the 3 of you to please lock in your final vote for who you think the cheater is. MK, Jared, John, who's had a very impressive night. 3 cheaters caught so far. Let's see if it's going to be a 4th one. 131-13 in the bank. Here we go.
That's
Well
Time for
done.
our final standoff. See if we have caught the 4th cheater of the game. All right, let's see how the Schroers voted. Jared, what'd you say?
I said John.
Jared says John.
Make me
John?
relive it. Because she had the number 10 and backed off of it, I went with MK.
One for John, one for MK. MK, who'd you
I
say?
just remember that painting. I said John.
That is 2 for John, and he is out of the game. Now it's the ultimate moment of truth. John, for 131-13. Were you the cheater?
I was the cheater.
He was
Well,
the cheater. Nicely done, Jared and MK. That is a regular game record.
Wow.
4 cheaters out of the game, which means you take home an impressive 65-57 apiece. That's our game. That's Lie, Cheat, and Steal. They definitely found the cheaters here
Outstanding.
tonight. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very
That was
impressive. We will
impressive.
see you next time.
All those hours of YouTube videos and you're voting me out?
She just knew Preston Arsmond or whatever his name was.
I didn't know what his
You're
last
more
name
cultured.
was. in Texas,
Yeah.
and his neighbors must hate him because
But Arsman's a pretty funny last name.
I was gonna say I wouldn't go by my last name if it was
Well, if
Arsman.
my last name was Arsman, that'd be
Wait, did you say Arsman?
Arsman.
Arsman.
Arsman. Yeah.
A-R-S-E.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It's like almost like a mint up your arse.
That's the British version of a dick in a box, a man up the arse.
I'm just imagining Spears you running in slow motion on a beach.
Oh yeah, that's why I got this, because it makes my boobs look great when I do that.
Is that your new job? Are you a Baywatch?
Yeah, they told me I had to wear the uniform home until the ghost of my shoulders got resurrected.
Are you a Baywatch?
I am a Baywatch. I don't. Go away or I'll call the Baywatch. I'm on the Baywatch. You are the Baywatch.
Was there ever a Full House drinking game? Because there very definitely should be a Fuller House.
Yes, all the parents who watched it had to drink a lot. That was the game.
What might be screwed up is I know a lot more like Fox news anchors despite not watching Fox.
You're on Twitter.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I like barely tweet on there, but I'm on YouTube, so that
Yeah,
counts.
but can you call them anchors if they don't really deliver news?
Can you call them anchors if they don't really weigh
You
down?
can call them
the
anchors
ship?
because they're dragging us all down and not letting us move.
That's true.
I like Colin's answer.
It's kind of like referees in sports. You only hear the names of the really bad ones.
That's right.
Fair.
There's no reason I should know the name of a single umpire, and yet
We know the one. Yeah, the one who blew a perfect game. People on
Yeah.
YouTube do need to apologize more. To be fair, that would be a good general rule.
with a ukulele.
Yeah, no. Next cheater out of the game. Get the ukulele out and apologize. See how it goes.
I wonder
All right.
who holds the records for most time having tripped in public as president of the United States. of America.
It's just a matter of cameras, because every president we've had since has tripped multiple times, many times.
Are we talking like trips per time standing? Because that would be Garfield. Apparently, Jackie Gleason was going to sue because they made the same show. And someone's like, you really want to be the guy who ruins the Flintstones for a bunch of kids?
He's like, no, I want to be the guy who threatens my wife on my show every day.
One of these days, Wilma.
To the moon rock.
To the moon rock.